More revenue doesn't always equal more profit. And there are literally businesses out there doing millions a month that are quietly bleeding profit.
They know how to sell, but they don't know how to run a business. And so they built this beautiful empire with a house of cards on a foundation that's basically quicksand. I'm the best at what I do. I can't compete with something with 160 IQ in every topic.
Never sleeps, never eats, never gets sick.
You mark my words, 24 months, an agent is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Welcome to Follow the Yellow Brick Road, the show where online businesses learn how to turn clicks into customers and growth into real scale. I'm your co-host, Emma Rainville, the Wizard of Ops, helping companies transform chaos into systems that actually run.
And I'm Mitch Barham, the Wizard of Ads, the guy who knows how to turn paid traffic into predictable revenue. Together, we break down what really drives profitable online businesses, from traffic and funnels to operations, scaling, and everything behind the curtain. Because getting customers is only half the battle.
The real magic happens when ads and operations work together. So if you want smarter traffic, stronger systems, and a clear path to scaling your business, you're in the right place. Let's follow the Yellow Brick Road.
So Emma,
Yeah.
today, what do you think about talking about why more revenue doesn't always equal more profit, and how there are literally businesses out there doing millions a month that are quietly bleeding profit?
Oh, yeah. This is my conversation all the way.
I am here for it.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into it.
So what makes them bleed cash every single month? Even though they're
Stupidity.
making more money? Stupidity. Okay.
Stupidity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than just stupidity, right? Like, we can say that it's stupid, but I think that there are a lot of businesses out there that are doing millions a month in revenue that started off as a great idea and an entrepreneur with a lot of grit and not a lot of business savviness.
Very common. Yep.
And so they know how to sell, but they don't know how to run a business. And so they built this beautiful empire with a house of cards on a foundation that's basically quicksand. And so they're bringing in millions, but their structures aren't right. Their frameworks aren't right. And they're not built for profitability, longevity, scale, and profitability, the most important one.
I mean, the goal of business is to make money, right?
I'll be honest with you. I know people who have $10 million businesses that are earning what I wouldn't get out of bed for every month.
It's rough.
I have a client I used to work with. He was doing about 60 million a month.
A month.
A month.
Oof.
And he was barely clearing 120 a year.
Dang.
And it was hurting the business how much he was taking. Because when he saw a product that he wanted to sell, it came off of, he'd go into Reddit and he'd find pain. He had a really good knack for this, by the way. He would find pain, people that were in pain. And then he'd go and he would find solutions to that pain that wasn't necessarily like in a box. And so let's say that the pain was something like gout.
Gout sucks.
I don't even really know what gout is, and I know I don't want to know, but let's say it's gout. And let's say he goes and he reviews all of these studies and he finds that there's a mineral in Brazil that when drank by tea, you can, cure your gout. He would then go and find the raw material in other studies used for gout. And he'd put together formulas for supplements based off of that.
Nice.
Then he would go and he would order $260,000 on a manufacturing line worth of supplements on raw ingredients. And while that 6 weeks was cooking, he would write copy about a man who was 60 who met a girl online and went to Brazil and accidentally found it in the forest. And none of this is compliant, by the way. Found this mineral in the forest and accidentally she was teaching him how to forage for food. And he realized that his gout was better. And then he came home and all of his friends also had gout because they were 60. And I don't even know if that's a thing, if gout's an old person thing. I just noticed that Perry talks about gout sometimes and he's old, so I assume. Yeah. So anyway, he goes and he wants to now make this for all of his friends. And because he saw all of his friends get rid of their gout, he now teamed up with so-and-so laboratories, and they are now selling this for the low cost of $69. In the meantime, He got terms on a $14 a bottle formula that is due, but because he needs to sell it before he pays for it, it's not due for 6 months. He's got 6 months to sell it all. And he's only going to get monthly invoices on a net 30, so it buys him 60 days to sell it all. But they're going to add $3 per bottle because of that. On top of that, he's got his traffic costs. On top of that, he has his tech team. On top of that, he has his email team. And then he's got his marketing team. And then he's got his graphic designers. And now he's got to go and he's got to hire a lawyer because he needs to make sure that the manufacturing company won't release to the fulfillment house because his labels are not compliant. Right. So he still the time is ticking on the 6 months, but he can't even start selling because he doesn't have his labels right. So he's got to hire a lawyer. So all these things add up, and they seem like for $69 for a supplement bottle that it really is going to be great, but he's got all the shit cooking. And then he doesn't have customer service, so he goes and he hires the girl who has really nice rack at the local Twin Peaks, that's like a Hooters, and he pays her $68,000 a year to answer phones and emails in his living room. And and it just keeps compounding, and then he starts selling this thing, and he sells at an unbelievable rate, but his CPA on the affiliate side, and he only knows how to do affiliate marketing because he has no idea how to do cold traffic because, idiots. And then he goes to the affiliates, and the affiliates want $40 for a CPA, and some of the good ones want $60 on a $69 product. So now he goes and he says, okay, I'm going to create a product that can be an upsell for my first product, and it's going to be a cream for the gout to get rid of the gout. And then there's going to be another one that goes to sleep with like tart cherry and melatonin plus like some collagen. I have no idea. That's all. I found all these studies, and I wanted to make this product like multifaceted, but now I can have 3 products for one product and have a bunch of upsells. But guess what? Those also have run rates. And it costs you money for the manufacturer, and they're all custom formulas. Yeah, I mean, you get the point. Yeah. And so he created a company before he ever sold $1 that has $1 million owed out. Jeez. Because of all of the formulas, because of the labor, because of the tech build. He hired the best tech team to build it on the best platform. It's not in the world that we necessarily live in today. Right. Now he's got $1 million here before he's like even done anything. So then he goes and he creates this affiliate contest because he's got to get the affiliates to sell. Why don't I give you a hoverboard that costs $10,000 if you're my top affiliate? But I also don't think through things. I just dream up things and I put things out there. So my top affiliate may say sell 10 bottles on launch. And now I've got a reputation to maintain. So I got to give this $10,000 hoverboard to my top affiliate. 2, 3, 4, and 5 all get $1,000, but they only sold $500. You get where I'm going with this? So that's kind of what happened to him, by the way. And before he ever really got any traction whatsoever, he was over $1 million in debt. Jeez. And so he got traction, and it went well, but he was $1 million in debt. And so he continued to scale, and guess what kept happening? He would chip away a little bit at the debt, but for every $10 he paid, $20 more came. And then his 6 to 8 week lead time on his formula had, I'm going to make something up, had wasabi extract in it. And wasabi extract wasn't available for like 6 weeks.
Happens all the time.
Right. And so now his lead time went to 18 weeks, except for he wasn't paying attention to his inventory. And his inventory was close to run out. He was about to run out when he realized it. So he put up a flag that said, Big Pharma is going to blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and buy it and secure your order now. And it was supposed to be, it's going to be delivered on next day. Well, the manufacturer wasn't privy to this. And they had all of these run times scheduled. And he wasn't a big enough monster. On top of that, he had terms that he wasn't paying off in time to make them excited. So they pushed him back 3 weeks. So we got a massive amount of chargebacks and a massive amount of refunds. And all these customers that he paid to acquire, that he had to refund, he still had to pay all of the CPAs to the affiliates. And so now at this point, we're almost $3 million in debt. And let me hire a team for split testing because I'm the best split tester in the world. Literally what he told me, by the way. Created 32 variant tests on affiliate marketing offers. No traffic.
That's wild.
So sometimes he had 8 sales.
That's huge.
Do you know what never happened? Statistical significance on any of the split tests, yet he had 2 of the best split testers in the industry making $120 a year. Between the 2 of them, it was only $60K because they were fractional.
Right.
But this type of behavior continued over 3 years. And he didn't pay his taxes on time, so there's always repercussions for that. And he took a bunch of money and invested in crypto and didn't understand first out, last in rules. And he moved to a tax, I don't know what to call it, advantageous place for taxes. And that place cost him tons of money to move to. And it cost him a lot of money to live there. And he couldn't run his merchant accounts from there. So he still had to keep all the companies in the States. And it was not enough money to be trying to get this tax burden. So he ended up being a burden.
Right.
And it just compiled and compiled and compiled and compiled and compiled to a point where he finally got like cold traffic going and he got everything moving. But he was only able to take 120 grand a year, 10 grand a month out of his business. Because he had so much back debt and backlog of back stuff. And he still never figured out his cost of goods sold. So nothing added. So even at the 120, if he was bringing in 60 million, he was paying 61.
Dang.
Because then on top of that, his CPA to the media buying agency he brought in eventually from California, he brings in this California company. And their CPA is far more than his CLTV, not his AOV, his CLTV. It was more than his CLTV. Nice. And he's like, we just have to figure out how to get it going and then it'll go.
Right. Magic words.
Right. So it was always like rob here to pay here. Honestly, like that was very early in my career. If you notice, the words that I'm speaking were very mid 2010s, 2005 to 2012-ish. And so very much that time frame, if you heard what I was saying there, but this happens all the time. And it was my first introduction to someone who really understood how to create exciting products, get people really excited about working for them, but have no ability to manage, run, or create a business.
What foundations would have helped him? Because it sounds like he was definitely built on a house of cards.
He would have been... It was absolutely built on a house of cards. He would have been completely, unequivocally, without doubt in my mind. What's the word for wealthy that you never think about money again? I don't know why I can't think of this.
Fuck you, rich.
Generationally wealthy.
Yeah.
Or fuck you, rich. But he would have had generational wealth. Had he had someone that he could have partnered with, where he could have run the product and the marketing, and that person could have played CEO operator. If he would have had, and not to toot my own horn, but if he would have had an Emma Rainville now, not then, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I learned so much. Like, dude, I learned so much during that time period.
Oh, I believe it.
And it was a lot of what not to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the industry well. So it was like, it was a lot of what not to do, which is almost, no, it is better than knowing what to do.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, you'll never convince me that that wasn't such great time for me in learning and exploding my career and I did. The more people I work with that are nuts and do crazy things,
which is most of us,
the more I'm worth.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can put fires out that most people will run from. And I mean that. Like, I look at it, I'm just like, I got that. Yeah. That's easy. Yeah, I got it.
No biggie.
No problem. Because I've been dragged through, but with chains on my arms, nailed to the back of a truck at 90 miles an hour to go through the wildfire, really. But, so it's not the end of the world for me. But I don't understand, like, these people, I listen to them. I don't want to give away half my business to somebody who doesn't have the idea. The idea is not work. I hear that all the time, and that's BS, because you're going to have this business, and guess how much money you're going to make?
Half of something.
the same amount as my dipshit kid in the other room. I'm serious.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Because you just didn't want to let somebody take the reins and do their best self stuff while you did your best self stuff. And a lot of these guys are like, I'm a great business owner. Like, no, you're not. You're a terrible business owner. Yeah. You have something that is so much more fruitful than that as a skill that so few people have, Mr. Visionary Entrepreneur. And if you understand, Steve Jobs knew he needed.
Just thinking about Steve Jobs. Apple was not going to be Apple without Jobs and Wozniak.
And he knew that.
Yep.
And he treated it accordingly. He treated Wozniak so bad, he finally just said, forget it, give me $5 and I'm out. But same thing with the guy from Pixar. What's his name? He worked with Steve Jobs.
Pelham?
No, he wrote Creativity Inc. Anyway, same thing with the Walt Disney brothers. One brother had no vision, no ideas, and no ability to dream big.
Yep.
The other one had an unequivocal amount of big dreams and big goals and targets and vision. But it took the brother that was to go and make it all a reality, and look at what we see today. I'm flying into Paris with Boris to bring him back to Montenegro, and one of the coolest things I'm doing is going to Disney in Paris. Like,
that'll be fun.
Do you think that the Disney brothers ever thought that 100 years later, people would be going to Tokyo and to Paris to visit their theme parks?
Doubt it. And it's a huge company, but they put the foundations in place.
But there's so many different parts of the company too. Like, we could talk about that company for hours.
Oh, forever.
And the way that it just acquired different things and moved, like, it wasn't just movies, it wasn't just theme parks. There's actually so much more than that, and such a brilliant thing. But in any event, now Walt Disney could have been, what's Walt Disney's brother's name?
I have no idea.
No one knows, and it doesn't freaking matter. I think it's Rob, but it doesn't matter what his name is. It may not even be Rob. I may have made that up. But it doesn't matter.
Right.
They're so afraid of sharing that what they don't realize is they won't have anything to share without that person. That happens way too always.
Well,
and that's why a lot of them are fake rich.
Oh, 100%.
I call it rapper rich.
Even, yeah.
You rapper rich.
Yeah, literally.
I want to be Eminem rich.
Yeah,
I want to be Rihanna rich.
I'd be okay with that, because 50% of something is better than 0% of nothing, or 100% of nothing.
Right. Do you want to own 100% of a grape or 50% of a watermelon?
Watermelon.
I want to own 50% of a watermelon.
Yeah. In the case of that $60 million, even at a 30% profit margin, that's what, $18 million, and so 50% of that is $9 million. I'm not the smartest guy, but it seems like $120,000 is a lot smaller than $9 million, even if you left money.
Seems like it does. Yeah. These people are just ridiculous. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so
if there were like core foundations in, like, from your operational excellence, that, I mean, like, you've been through a lot and built huge fucking companies. Like, what are just some like core, like, say 3? Like, you need, like, these foundations need to be put in place. Their systems, like, I mean, granted, a CEO and operator, that's an obvious one, but like, what else could somebody do to make sure that they're not hemorrhaging cash?
Sure. So step 1, a system to understand your numbers. We've talked about this many times. A system to understand and evaluate your numbers and what they mean. Numbers tell a story.
They do.
And
they don't lie. Men lie, women lie. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers never lie, but the numbers can be skewed, sir.
Well,
I can tell you right now, I've never meant to. I will see numbers and I will believe that they say one thing.
Right.
And I'm very aggressive. You've seen me.
What?
I get really mad when Perry Belcher calls me Beth Dutton. He doesn't. Does he really? Yeah, all the time.
Oh God, does he ever go, I don't got the time for your shit today, Beth?
He's never said that, but he's like, if you've ever seen Yellowstone and you know who Beth Dutton is, that's Emma Rainville. He wrote Beth Dutton on when we were at the Driven at the mystery dinner. He wrote Beth Dutton on my.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but I didn't know who Beth Dutton was, and I just YouTubed Best of Beth Dutton, and the first 30 seconds was this train wreck of a woman walking out on a porch, down some steps, completely nude, with a bottle of wine, gets into a horse trough, sits there and takes a sip, and then somebody comes up and they're like, Beth, and she's like, fuck off. And I was like, oh God, I'm an emotional wreck. I was really mad. I actually didn't speak to him for a few days. And then he sent me a video of her in a boardroom where she absolutely attacked this man. And she basically told him why he was going to sign his company over to her effective immediately by the time she got done. And I was like, okay, I kind of did that once. Oh, for you. All right. Got it. I understand. So I see the numbers. I think one thing, I'll get into that room and I'm very aggressively going to come for you if you tell me it's something else.
Okay.
I'll almost always win. It's really, really hard to go head to head with me. One thing that I am really good at, if you don't want to fight with me and you want to teach me and you say, can I show you what I see? I will immediately calm down. Now we're not at war.
Right.
If you come at me like,
Interrupt this podcast to ask you to do a huge favor for us.
Huge.
We drop so much knowledge to help you guys, but you're not going to be notified unless you hit that subscribe and the notification bell to be notified the minute we drop a new episode to help you grow and scale your business.
Because you never know when we're going to be taken off YouTube.
You have no idea. Like, I could all of a sudden be like Liam Neeson with a particular set of skills.
Also, we read every single comment. So
leave a question or comment. We will reply to it. And maybe we'll even talk about it in an upcoming episode.
Probably if you troll us, we will definitely talk about you in an upcoming episode. Thanks. But if you're like, let me just show you what I see, then I'm much more open to listen. And I've seen different executives, and I'm guilty of it, and I've been much more aware of it, particularly because of AI. I've been much more aware of it.
Right.
Because I realized how wrong I've been in the past. But I've seen where like 3 different executives will be fighting over what the numbers are saying and how is that possible, the numbers. And if you plug numbers into AI and you say, tell me what you see from the lens of a CFO, tell me what you see from the lens of a CMO, tell me what you see from the lens of a COO, now tell me what the CEO should see. I actually did this in my talk, 21 Magic Tricks, during AI Bot Summit 5, like anybody listened, but
I did.
But it's such a great tool to utilize AI to do that because a CFO will 100% see something different than a CMO, as will a COO. And the CEO needs to understand that all 3 can be true in unison, and there is a bigger picture, and they need to understand that. So that's the number one thing, being able to tell the full story, not just one perspective of the story of what the numbers are saying, is such a huge advantage over everyone. Not the marketing, not the copy, not the split tests, not operations, not customer service. Everybody thinks that their thing is the key. The numbers, the data is always going to be the number one key. You cannot fucking lose if you understand the numbers intimately and can tell and understand the whole story of the picture it paints. The number 2 thing is execution. The ability to move with the right amount of speed at the right time is absolutely fundamental for a good business. Moving too quick, stupid. Moving too slow, stupid.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess you don't want to be the first one. I mean, look at Google Lens.
You could be the first one.
But you don't.
There are plenty of things that were the first one that won.
Yeah.
That won the day. 100%. When I say don't move too fast, understand your consequences and understand how you're going to mitigate them. And if you can live with them, then fucking move. Movement is always better than stagnant. I would rather fall forward than stand still every day, all day, hands down. But I don't want to move before I understand the consequences or how I'm going to handle them. I need to respond instead of react.
Right.
But there's a fucking lake in the middle and you didn't build a boat. And you didn't tell anybody how they were going to get there. And by the way, there are piranhas in the freaking water. So how am I going to get there? So then your whole team stands there stagnant, inability to deliver. No ability to execute. And then you say, I'm a hard team, you can't keep up with me. That drives me so every time they say that, I know they're the problem.
Oh, 100%.
I have a whole team of people and they can't keep up with it. Every single freaking time. I know it's you. Immediately when that comes out of your mouth, I know it's you. It always is you. But how do we create execution in our business? How do we create execution in our business? And it's not saying let's go over there. It's let's build a roadmap from there backwards on how we get there in the next 10 days, 30 days, 2 days, 3 days. Everybody loves, there was this guy who said something about 72 hours at AI Bot Summit.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing it. It pisses me off. And I'll tell you why. Not everything can be done in 72 hours. You can have movement in 72 hours. Not everything can be complete in 72 hours. And all these people that are like, in my business, I say, like, no, you fucking don't. Because you know what? I know that's not possible. Can't get we need to launch in 72 hours. You can't get a fucking merchant account that fast. No. So you're committing fraud?
No.
Keep lying. But having a funnel built in 3 days is absolutely possible.
100%.
3 days beyond that, now I can get a merchant account. I can't get a merchant account before I have the funnel built.
Right.
So, woosah. So you get what I'm saying, though, like understanding how do I execute? What is my execution plan? And having that plan and that framework is so vitally important.
Instead of just winging it.
And the third thing is understand how your company communicates. Mm-hmm. I love that I just made this all up off the seat of my pants.
Great.
But communication is important. How do we communicate? Do I call you, Mitch? Do I text you? Mm-hmm. Do I Slack you? Mm-hmm. Do I email you? If you're Emma Rainville, any one of those works.
Right.
Unless I'm traveling.
Right.
Then it's text me only. If you're Perry Belcher, nothing works. None of that works. None of it. You just wasted all of your time. Mm-hmm. And then 5 days later, you're going to be sad that he didn't respond to you and he wants to fire you because the thing that he wanted done in 72 hours didn't get done. Yeah. Nothing moved because he didn't answer the question of, hey, you said you wanted this, but I don't actually understand what we're selling.
And if you're me, you want an email or a text that's 3 sentences tops. I hate novels.
I absolutely dislike novels too. So that should not be your mode of communication. Mm-hmm. If there's an issue, a problem, or something stunting me from doing my initiative.
Oh, just call me.
Right.
Yeah.
You can call me. You can book a call with me. And I'm the same way, by the way. Too long didn't read is my favorite response to email. And I don't even type that out.
My employees will send me that just made me laugh because they'll literally send me screenshots of like an email and be like TLDR because they know I'm not going to read it because they'll recap it
for you.
They'll recap it for me.
Yeah, mine do that too. Yeah. Or mine will put a lot of information in. They'll bullet point it at the top and then they'll highlight and bold and color coordinate it to the bullet points.
Oh, that's smart.
So that way when I flip out, I don't just call them. I read down. By the way, I still call them. It doesn't work.
Right.
I definitely didn't read any of it. Why am I not getting the 6 o'clock dinner on the cruise that we were supposed to get? Mm-hmm. Well, I put it in. I don't give a fuck if you put it in the email. Right, why am I not getting my way? I need you to know now. But you get what I'm saying. So how do we communicate? What is the best way to communicate? When it's not important, how do we communicate? And then I'll actually throw a fourth one out there.
Bonus.
Just because, and I never knew this. I've been doing this for years and I didn't know that it was completely stolen. It's in all my books. Like I came up with it. It's absolutely stolen from the Rockefeller way. I didn't understand that until I recently read Scaling Up.
Okay.
I read Scale many years ago and I thought Scaling Up was scale. It's not. It's different. Anyway, so they talk about the Rockefeller way. And
you lean with it, rock with it. Sorry.
It's how to run your business like a Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that the Rockefellers did was there was always a stand-up meeting. You were on my call this morning with my team every morning at 9 o'clock, except for Thursday, because on Thursday at 11 o'clock, we have a 90-minute meeting. But every morning at 9 a.m., everyone, I have my fucking video editors on there. Mm-hmm. We're on a call. What are your priorities today? And anything that's overdue in ClickUp comes for everyone in the company to see. Mm-hmm. And why isn't it done? Mm-hmm. What do you need? What is the problem? What are you waiting for? Why isn't it complete? And it's not in an aggressive tone. Like our team is actually really super loving to each other. We've really built a great team. Mm-hmm. But it's accountability. It's honesty. It's like, and a lot of it is how can I help you?
Right. No, that's what I heard a lot this morning.
Yeah, but also if you tell me that your top 3 priorities isn't what I need you to be prioritizing, I have the right to course correct. Right. Additionally, not ever can more than 24 hours go by that you are stuck on something that you can't get help with because we're all on a call at 9 a.m.
Right.
So
smart.
So where you don't belong on the team clearly because you've been stuck for 10 days, but motherfucker, we've been on a call every day at 9 a.m. Why didn't you say something then? Mm-hmm. Why are we discussing this shit now that it ain't done when I needed it done? So that's, but apparently that's called the Rockefeller way. I didn't know that.
We'll call it the Emma way. I like it.
Yeah. But I started it early Shockwave days. And I started it because all the companies that I had worked for before I had my own company never had like a stand-up meeting, and no one ever wanted to be on video. I have to be on video. I want to see how you respond to things. I want to see your body language. Like if somebody on my staff is sick and they're trying to work, I want to send them home. Believe it or not, that's a big problem in my company. Actually, I'll come and I'll be like the other day, Sokka got on with me, and I knew in 4 seconds, like I mean literally 4 seconds, something was wrong. I was like, "What's going on?" And then he just I watched his face kind of go like, fuck, how does this bitch know?
She got me.
She's a psychic. But he told me what was going on, and I was like, Sokka, sign out. Like, no jobs. Like, go. Yeah. Go handle your shit, and I'll see you tomorrow. And so I want that too, and it builds so much rapport and trust and loyalty, and on both sides. On both sides. Like, we needed this logo thing done, and Jay's going through it right now. I love Jay. Jay's my guy. But Jay's going through it right now, and he's not able to work today because he's got like internet issues and these storms in the Philippines and all this stuff. And I love Jay. But Gabe and I have been to the Philippines and spent weeks with Jay in Manila, just having a great time with our daughter-in-law. But anyways, I love Jay. And so when he messages me and he's frustrated that his internet is super slow, like, why are you working?
Yeah.
Like, if this is this frustrating and you're not enjoying your job and you're not getting it done in a good way anyway,
right? Why
are you working? Like, pick it up tomorrow. Like, come on. Anyway,
yeah, makes sense.
So those are the things that I would say that I would implement in any company, and you wouldn't even have to do much else to see a remarkable impact and difference. Remarkable impact and difference. And when you set up those simple frameworks, you can't overspend because you understand the numbers. And so it's not that it creeps up on you and you don't know what to do, so you end up in this cyclone that you can't get out of. You see it immediately and you're able to back out before it becomes an issue. Your team and you, no matter how big or small, have so much communication. There's nothing that you don't know that you can't. Like, Perry Belcher sees around corners. That's real. He doesn't have any... Weird. People say that about me a lot. It's actually not the same way at all for me and him. He knows things instinctively. I know things intuitively because I'm so into the mix of it all. Perry just feels it from a place up on high. Yeah. I feel it because I'm in the soup. Right. I'm in the pot of soup, and the roux is a stewing, and I understand that there's too much freaking garlic today.
You're one of the dumplings that's floating around in there.
Did you just call me a dumpling?
Not in a mean way.
I'm a carrot.
Okay, you're a carrot.
Maybe I don't want to be a carrot.
I don't know, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
I don't want to be a carrot because of Trump, you know.
Yeah, orange man. Yeah, okay, I see that.
Maybe I'm a leek. Oh yeah, a leek is a little bit spicy, surprisingly.
Yeah, that fits. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm a leak.
So, if people want to implement these kind of things, I mean, like, do we have to? Because you basically you keep saying frameworks, which in my mind, because I'm a nerd, I also go to like, do I have to like hire people to do this, or is there a way to implement this like right now? Some of these things through the awesome technology that we have, like with like AI and shit right now.
So I think this is actually pretty simple. You need to and I'm gonna go off topic a little bit just to bring it all back. Shocking, I know. But one of the things that I really love about everything I just talked about is you create kind of like an SOP to go for each one of them. The data, there's nothing better in the world than AI. You should have an agent that you've built that understands your product, that understands your market, that understands your avatar of your employee and of your customer, not just one.
Ooh, of your employee too. I never thought about that.
And your goals, and understands all the data and can tell you the story. Number 2, execution plan. You should have an operational executioner as an agent. Has no feelings, thoughts, emotions. Sally didn't get sick today and couldn't get shit done because Sally can't get sick. Sally's a fucking computer.
A sick AI agent, that'd be dope.
And then you have your communicator agent who every single person in the company gets to communicate differently now. If Mitch needs a phone call, Marcus, the comms agent, can literally call Mitch. You can give him a phone number and he can tell you what's up. He can email Sabrina. I'm make up names. I'm hoping, is that her name?
Great name.
Okay, damn it. I thought that might have been someone on your team.
No.
Natalia can get a Slack message. Richard, I stopped being able to be creative there. Richard can get an email. Sokka can get a Harry Potter owl. Emma can get a carrier pigeon. And Boris can get a message in a bottle over the sea to Montenegro.
I like that.
Is Montenegro on the sea?
I don't know, because...
Who knows where Montenegro is? I didn't even know it was a place until I met him. Anyway, I just look it up on Google Maps. It's next to Croatia. It's like Serbia, Croatia, Montenegro.
Okay.
Albania.
Aren't they? And they kind
Bosnia.
They're on the water.
They're like this.
They're
I
on
think.
the water.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's on the water. Anyway, so all of these agents can be an agent for your business.
Mm-hmm. And I've literally seen you have these in your business.
I absolutely have them in my business. And so I remember when we started building agents, because it was literally fucking yesterday, but I remember when we started building agents, the team was very resistant to it. Mm-hmm. And I think that I've built enough trust with them that when I really took the time to say, guys, we die if we don't move.
Yep.
I'm the best at what I do. I can't compete with something with 160 IQ in every topic.
Never sleeps, never eats, never gets sick.
You mark my words, 24 months, an agent is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize Award.
Oh, I believe it.
You mark my words.
100%.
You mark my words.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to my people and I was like, we need to be able to produce way more than what we are today for way less. And we're all exhausted. And I'm tired. Are you tired? Because I'm tired. And as AI is expanded and automations have expanded and robotics has expanded, what we've done we've not expanded. We are actually serving less clients and we're having to serve more because the market demands so much more. And we're all exhausted. We need to move or we are going to die. And I was actually surprised because I thought that I would get everyone else to move and Richard Parkin last. Mm-hmm. And he was the first one to go, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. And so he put his head down and he started learning all of this stuff that he was very resistant to previously. And the goal now is to make it so that my people here's my actual goal. By the end of Q2 2026, I want every single one of my people to have about 200 agents that they're managing. I want them to have an agent specific to every single task that they do at expert level that we do, that every one of our clients needs to have done at expert level. And I want every one of them to be able to handle 6 clients because of it solely by themselves. Right now, teams of 4 can handle 2 clients.
Oh, damn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's doable.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually double now. Teams of 4 can handle 4, but that's post agents.
Right.
But anyway, but I think not only is it doable, it's doable at extremely high qualities, and it's doable with my teams working far less. And that's what I ultimately want. I want my people to feel like they're overpaid for the hours that they're putting in.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah.
Empowering them.
But that is what I think the future is. And that is how I think we take companies that are making millions of dollars and turn them into companies who are earning and keeping millions of dollars.
Love that.
Yeah. Hope that was helpful.
No, this was amazing. And if you guys found that helpful, which I'm sure y'all did, if you didn't, were you listening? Go watch again. But no, if you found it helpful, please share it with somebody that you think could actually get some value out of the amazing fire that Emma just dropped, and I got to sit here and absorb. And then also hit that subscribe button. Like, what are you doing? You know you want to watch us forever.
That's it for today's episode of Follow the Yellow Brick Road, where the Wizard of Ads and the Wizard of Ops break down what it really takes to build and scale a profitable online business.
If you found this episode useful, make sure to go to followtheyellowbrickroadpodcast.com to check out the Hidden Control Chamber for all kinds of awesome freebies, guides, checklists, everything that we do to grow businesses.
So hop over there and grab all those free resources in the Hidden Control Chamber. And remember, getting traffic is one thing. Turning it into customers that build the systems to support real growth, that's where the real magic happens. Until next time, keep following the Yellow Brick Road.